The universe has your back. Written and published by Books Reader. Have you ever experienced that jolt of electricity of excitement when everything begins to fall into place as if the universe is winking at you, telling you that you're on the right track? What everyone else calls coincidence is truly an advanced conversation between you and the universe, a spiritual conversation taking place in the language of signs, symbols, and synchronicities. While others wish blindly for their creations to manifest, you're about to learn the subtle yet unambiguous signs that verify your visions are manifesting. This isn't wishful thinking or random fortune. It's about recognizing the universal patterns that have been leading mankind since the days of old. By cracking the secret codes of these sacred messages, you'll finally get it, why some individuals seem to live in harmony with their wishes while others are lost in confusion. The universe is not mute. It's speaking to you all the time. Do you want to learn its language? Lesson 1. Synchronicities become more common in everyday life. Have you ever had those wonderful moments when life seems to be conspiring in your direction? You might think about someone and they call you minutes later, or you might see the same word everywhere you go. These are not random coincidences, they're synchronicities, and their growing frequency is one of the strongest signs that your manifestations are on their way. Synchronicities are purposeful coincidences in our lives, breadcrumbs of the universe that direct us to our manifestations. When things are manifesting, synchronistic events multiply to a web of connections that can't be left to chance alone. The universe seems to be communicating to us in a language made of patterns, repetitions, and purposeful encounters. These divine hints can appear in countless forms. You may see repeating numbers on clocks, license plates, or receipts. Songs that represent your life so perfectly at present may come up on the radio over and over again. You may run into individuals who share just the knowledge or contacts that you require. Books may land open to the very page carrying the wisdom for which you've been searching. All of these events are feedback that you are in tune with your wishes and headed in the correct direction. The secret to identifying these synchronicities is being in the present and aware of what is happening in each moment. As we live life in autopilot mode, we tune out these gentle hints from the universe. Stopping to be present and notice these enchanted moments increases their frequency value. It is similar to receiving a radio frequency. The more sharp your reception, the more powerful the signal will be. A great practice for building your sensitivity to synchronicities is to enter each day with a sense of wonder and receptivity. Rather than brushing aside unusual events as coincidence, ask yourself what they might be trying to tell you. What if that person you coincidentally met at the coffee shop is the key to your next breakthrough? What if that book that keeps grabbing your attention holds precisely the wisdom you require? Writing down these significant coincidences serves to become aware of patterns of synchronicity. When you start writing them down, you will find you frequently discover relationships you might have otherwise overlooked. A simple notebook where you write down unusual events, repeated themes, or serendipitous meetings can become an eye-opening exercise over time. Not only does it help you spot synchronicities more readily, but it also enhances your faith in guidance from the universe. Consider creating a daily ritual of acknowledging and expressing gratitude for the synchronicities in your life. This appreciation acts as a magnet attracting more magical moments into your experience. The universe responds to your attention and gratitude by providing even more signs and guidance. It's a beautiful cycle of recognition and reciprocation. As you become more sensitive to synchronicities, you'll find they tend to cluster together, particularly when you're on the cusp of a major manifestation. These clusters are a sign that you're in alignment with your wishes and that the universe is working in your favor. They're cosmic cheerleaders urging you to keep going and have faith in the process. Synchronicities tend to lead us in unexpected directions. Though we may be intent on bringing about one particular outcome, the universe may have something even more extraordinary in store for us. Being receptive to these divine detours means that we can go with the flow of universal intelligence instead of fighting it. At times, the most enchanted manifestations arrive via routes we never could have mapped out ourselves. The rise in synchronicities in your life is a clear indication that you're resonating with universal energy and that your manifestations are underway. These mystical moments are bridges between your heart's wishes and their physical manifestation, assuring you that the universe is working behind the scenes to manifest your dreams. Trust these indications, remain vigilant, and permit yourself to be led by this divine choreographing of circumstance. Your creations are nearer than you believe, and the universe is guiding you through the gorgeous language of synchronicity. Lesson 2, you are peaceful rather than desperate concerning your wishes. One of the most significant signs that your manifestations are coming together is a noticeable change in your emotional state around your desires. At the start, when you start working on achieving a goal or dream, there is bound to be an energy of urgency, anxiety, or desperation. You may check all the time for outcomes, ruminate on each detail over and over again, or be frustrated when they do not occur immediately. But as you transition deeper into alignment with cosmic energy, these emotions inevitably shift into a peaceful state of knowing. This peace has nothing to do with letting go or passivity regarding your wishes. Rather, it is an expression of maturity in the understanding of the process of manifestation and a deep trust in the timing of the divine. You'll find yourself letting go of the need to direct every detail of the outcome, making room for the universe to do its thing in ways you may not have even thought of. Consider this change like the difference between frantically pursuing someone you're interested in versus trusting that the right relationship will happen naturally. When you're in that pursuit mode, each text message, each encounter is charged with anxiety and anticipation. But when you're in a place of knowing calm, you can enjoy the moment and have faith in the future. The universe responds more easily to this calm energy. When you are in a desperate state, you really drive away what you want through the power of your attachment and worry. It is like squeezing water too hard in your fist. The tighter you grip it, the tighter it flies out of your hand. But when you form an open, soft container with your palms, water remains naturally. This newfound calm expresses itself in real ways in your life. You may find yourself feeling less inclined to incessantly discuss your aspirations or need others' approval. The necessity to scroll through social media comparing your journey to others lessens. You truly can celebrate others' achievements without feeling threatened or questioning when is it my turn. An exquisite part of this transition is how it influences your behavior. Instead of desperately leaping at each chance or imposing relationships, you navigate the world with effortless intention. You act in the moment out of a sense of peace instead of fear. This could be refusing invitations that in the past would have been too good to turn down because you have faith that what is genuinely meant for you will feel right on a spiritual level. Your dynamic with time also changes. Rather than seeing delays as setbacks, you know that timing is an essential part of flawless manifestation. You come to enjoy the waiting period with the knowledge that the universe may be setting things up in your best interest behind the scenes. This timed peace enables you to appreciate your present reality and still feel anticipation about what might be ahead. Physical manifestation symptoms of anxiety over your wanting subside. You may find you're resting more peacefully, breathing more fully and knots in your body unravel. The endless chatter in your mind regarding your manifestations dissipates, to be replaced by a consistent faith in the manifestation of your way. This peace is an amazing manifestation tool in and of itself. When you're not pushing against universal timing or forcing results, you become more open to guidance and opportunity. Your energy changes from broadcasting desperation to emanating peaceful assurance, which will naturally draw aligned experiences and opportunities. This shift will not typically occur overnight. It's natural to oscillate between states of anxiety and peace as you build trust in the manifestation process. Every time you decide to go back to peace, you reinforce your alignment with universal timing and prove yourself willing to receive what you've been calling in. Your peace becomes a distinct message to the universe that you're ready for your manifestations to appear in divine perfect timing. Lesson 3. Mysterious doors begin opening unexpectedly. When manifestations are approaching, one of the most thrilling indications is the sudden occurrence of unexpected doors opening. These enigmatic openings tend to arrive unexpectedly in ways we could never have planned or anticipated, as divine breadcrumbs leading us to our desires. These doors may manifest themselves in different ways. A coincidental meeting with a person who plays a significant role in our path, a sudden job proposal that fits so well into what we want, or a random invitation that culminates into something great. The secret to seeing these divine opportunities is having an open mind and heart. These doors many times do not show up looking like we would have envisioned they would. They might come disguised as something that initially seems unrelated to our desired outcome. For instance, You might be manifesting a career change, and suddenly you receive an invitation to a social event. At first glance, this might seem unconnected. But at that event, you could meet someone who becomes your future business partner or mentor. These enigmatic openings ask us to create a certain degree of awareness and flexibility. Instead of strictly concentrating on how we believe our manifestations should come, we need to stay open to unforeseen routes. This does not imply saying yes to every door that opens to us, but instead cultivating the wisdom to know which doors are in our highest good. The universe tends to operate through synchronistic sequences of events. One little door can open into another, and another, and another, and another, creating a domino effect that leads us to our end goal. Perhaps accepting an invitation to give a speech at a small local conference could lead to being seen by someone who invites you to a bigger speaking engagement, which could lead to your ultimate goal of becoming a world-class public speaker. Passing through these new doors takes courage. It is human nature to be slightly hesitant before new opportunities, particularly when they compel us to go beyond our comfort zone. But when these doors are heavenly ordained, you may sense an irresistible inner push leading you forward, even when your rational self cannot rationalize it yet. Some of these doors may present themselves as endings or seeming setbacks. A lost job, a broken relationship, or a deal that fails to materialize may at first glance appear to be a bad thing, but these endings frequently open the door for something greater to come in. The universe occasionally has to remove the old to bring in the new, and what seems like an unpleasant change may actually be the universe's method of steering you in the direction of your higher path. It's crucial to have a balance between being proactive and letting things happen naturally. Although these doors can open mysteriously, we must still walk through them. That involves being open to taking inspired action when opportunities arise instead of waiting around passively for everything to work out. These surprising openings tend to come with ease and flow, even though they might involve effort on our part. Whereas with doors, we attempt to push open through brute force, providentially aligned openings tend to occur with a kind of elegance. This does not imply there will be no difficulties, but instead that the entire process feels facilitated by something greater than us. Recording these cryptic openings can serve to deepen our belief in the manifestation process. Monitor how serendipitous opportunities bring about desired results, observing the sequence of events that ensue. This exercise can assist you in seeing patterns and trusting the universe to make roads you could not have conceived. These doors may not always be grand or clearly life-altering at first sight. Occasionally they come as subtle hints, gentle pushes, or small coincidences that ultimately turn out to be important. The secret is staying present and aware of the signs and opportunities that arise, having faith that the universe has a master plan beyond our own limited vision. Lesson 4. Your dreams become more vivid and meaningful. Dreams have been known for centuries as a potent doorway between our conscious wishes and the universe's reaction to our manifestations. When your dreams start to acquire new degrees of clarity, detail, and emotional depth, it's usually a strong sign that your manifestations are moving closer to physical reality. These more intense dream experiences are a bridge between your deepest desires and their eventual manifestation. As you become more aligned with your manifestations, your dream world becomes a rich tapestry of guidance, symbolism, and prophetic visions. You might notice that your dreams become more colorful, more memorable, and filled with symbols that directly relate to your desires. These aren't mere coincidences. They're messages from your subconscious mind and the universe confirming that energy is moving in your favor. Dreams that signal approaching manifestations often carry distinct qualities. You may find recurring themes that represent your wishes, encounter major characters who embody parts of your aspirations, or be placed in situations that reflect your aspirations. Be sure to pay close attention to dreams that leave you with strong emotional impressions when you wake up, as these tend to hold the strongest messages regarding your manifestation process. The habit of writing down your dreams becomes priceless at this stage. Keep a dream journal by your bedside and write down everything you remember immediately upon waking, even if it seems insignificant at first. With time, you will start noticing patterns and the distinct manner in which your subconscious mind speaks through dream symbols and situations. Premonitory dreams will also be on the rise as your manifestations become closer. These usually have a different feeling compared to ordinary dreams. They are full of significance and reality that distinguish them. You might dream of particular events, conversation, or situation that eventually repeat in your waking life. These previews are a sign that you're on the same page as your desired results and that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Symbol interpretation in dreams becomes important at this stage. As much as universal dream symbols do exist, your own associations with certain images or situations are paramount. A butterfly may symbolize transformation for most, but if you are particularly close to butterflies, this symbol may hold a deeper meaning in your dreams. Listen to your inner knowing when you are interpreting these symbols because your inner guidance system is fluent in the language of your soul. Your dreams may also start containing more pragmatic advice regarding your manifestations. You may be given direct orders, new problem-solving solutions, or inspired ideas that get you closer to your desired outcomes. Such dreams will feel more like direct messages rather than symbolic ones, and following this advice may speed up your manifestation process. The emotional resonance of your dreams gives you significant clues about your progress in manifestation. Dreams that have good feelings, enthusiasm, and happiness usually signify that you're energetically attuned to your wishes. Even nightmares have a function. They may indicate lingering blocks or fears that must be worked on before your manifestations can occur completely. As your dreams get more intense, you may also become more aware of lucid dreaming. These awake dreams are times when you can actively venture into and even manipulate your manifestation process. When you're in a lucid dream, you can work on experiencing the emotions of getting your wishes, which reinforces your manifestation energy in sleeping and waking life. Dream work is an intimate practice. Sharing your dreams with others might give you insight, but in the end, you know your dream messages best. Listen to your gut about which dreams resonate with you as important and which symbols speak to your manifestation path. The universe communicates with each of us in a special way, and your dream language is as unique as your fingerprint. Vivid, meaningful dreams are among the most intense indications that your manifestations are reaching reality. By tuning into your dreams, writing them down in good faith, and cooperating with their advice, you deepen your connection to the universal forces backing your wishes. Your dream world becomes a potent partner in your manifestation process, providing both affirmation and guidance as you close in on making your innermost desires come true. Lesson 5. You're in the right place at the right times. There's a certain unmistakable magic that happens when you start to realize you're arriving at the perfect place at the perfect moment. These moments of perfect timing are not coincidences, but instead strong signs that your manifestations are harmonizing with universal energies. As you begin to notice these harmonized moments more and more often, that is a sure sign that you are tuning into the universal rhythm of life. Think about those instances when you run into just the person you needed to encounter, or you stumble upon an opportunity at the perfect time. They are not coincidences, but deliberate acts by the universe to facilitate your path. The most important thing is to be aware of these times of divine timing and comprehend what they mean for your manifestation journey. Having perfect timing and being in the right place feels naturally effortless and automatic. You may end up driving a detour route that gets you into a life-altering encounter or inexplicably want to visit somewhere with something significant awaiting you. These aligned moments have a specific energy, a feeling of rightness that rings deep within you. The universe is on perfect timing, not our timing of choice. When you're in alignment with this universal flow, you'll see that things unfold with an elegant precision that is beyond any planning you might have done. You may arrive somewhere a few minutes behind schedule only to find that this tardiness was essential to encounter a particular person or miss an unpleasant encounter. Divine timing also occurs in small but natural ways in your everyday life. Maybe you receive your phone at the very moment an important call is made, or you suddenly remember someone just before they call you. These little synchronicities are breadcrumbs taking you to your big manifestations, reminding you that you're on the right path. It takes learning to trust in these moments of perfect timing to have that kind of faith in the orchestration of the universe. It means letting go of the need to control every bit of your path and letting yourself be led by something bigger than your rational mind. When you're aligned, you'll naturally be moving from one optimal moment to another. This alignment does not require you to become passive or not plan at all. Rather, it's a matter of creating the space for taking inspired action and being open to divine intervention. When you're in sync with cosmic timing, your movements will feel more inspired and less contrived, resulting in more optimal consequences than you could ever have organized. Notice the sense of ease that comes with these exquisitely timed events. Frequently, there's a sense of course, rather than shock. That's your inner wisdom identifying with the organic flow of events according to your best interests. The more you accept and value these moments, the more often they will happen. Occasionally, being at the right place at the right time may first seem to be being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yet, as circumstances evolve, you will find the concealed perfection within these seemingly out-of-place moments. Have faith that even so-called delays or detours are working for your highest good and guiding you towards your manifestations. The universe is speaking to us through these coincided moments, indicating that we're not alone and guided along our path. When you're always in the right spot at the perfect time, accept it as a guarantee that your manifestations are unfolding in divine timing. The universe's timeline is immaculate even when it isn't according to your anticipated timetable. These perfect timing experiences are great reminders that you're co-creating with the universe. They strengthen your faith in the manifestation process and allow you to let go of needing to control the details. As you keep observing and acknowledging these synchronized moments, you will find that you're flowing more smoothly with the natural rhythm of life, and your manifestations will unfold with ease and perfect timing. Lesson 6. Signs and numbers trail behind you everywhere. The universe's language is subtle but deep, speaking to us through patterns, numbers, and repeated symbols that tap into our awareness. When manifestations are on the horizon, these messages from above start showing up more frequently and more insistently, weaving an inescapable fabric of advice into our daily existence. Numbers are, in many ways, the most universal form of communication, manifesting themselves in ways that feel unmistakably beyond coincidence. You may often find patterns such as 111, 222, or 444 on clocks, license plates, receipts, or phone numbers. Every number has its own vibrational significance and message. Seeing 111, for example, usually indicates that your thoughts are manifesting quickly, whereas 444 usually signifies protection and divine guidance. In addition to numbers, the universe communicates using symbols of personal relevance. These could be particular animals that come into your life, such as a hawk flying above you when you're considering a significant decision, or a butterfly landing close by when you're considering change. Some individuals continually see particular words, phrases, or songs that have direct correlation to their wants or present life circumstances. The secret to knowing these signs is to build awareness and faith in their meaning. What to others may appear to be mere coincidence reveals a pattern of communication to those sensitive to universal guidance. These signs are more likely to show up when we are moving in the right direction or when profound changes are on the verge of expressing themselves in our lives. Colors are also very significant signs, particularly when you find yourself continually being attracted to or hemmed in by certain colors. Maybe you've been noticing purple everywhere from clothes to miscellaneous objects, which usually means spiritual awakening and divine connection, or perhaps the color green continually appears, possibly meaning growth, abundance, or healing in various aspects ahead. The universe may also speak through recurring meetings of certain objects or symbols. Discovering feathers in odd locations, observing certain forms in nature, or finding yourself encountering the same animals over and over can all be ways of divine communication. These signs tend to have messages that relate to your present life situation or wish. Technology may even be a channel for these messages. Your phone may always display certain times, or numbers may keep appearing on your social media or email timestamps. These synchronicities in the digital realm are equally as significant as their analog brethren, the universe's way of communicating through whatever means are available. Weather conditions and natural occurrences may be used as signs too. A rainbow when it matters, cloudy formations becoming meaningful, or having atypical weather conditions may all have messages regarding your manifestation process. These signs in nature tend to feel especially potent because they show us that the universe can arrange even the elements to speak to us. The secret to working with numbers and signs is to stay open and receptive, yet have a balanced mind. While attentiveness is necessary when observing these messages, overabsorption in looking for meaning in all details causes anxiety and misunderstanding. Trust your gut to lead you to the signs that really count. Begin recording these events in a journal or by way of photographs. This activity not only makes it easier for you to spot patterns, but also increases your confidence in deciphering universal guidance. With time, you'll create your own personal sign dictionary and meanings, making the universe's messages more clear and actionable. Signs and numbers are confirmation that you're connected to universal energy and that your manifestations are in motion. They are breadcrumbs on your journey, providing instruction, reassurance, and an occasional gentle deviation. By keeping yourself attuned and open to these messages of the divine, you deepen your relationship with the wisdom of the universe and its ability to support you in creating your preferred world. Lesson 7. Your gut tells you that something big is about to occur. There will come a time on every manifestation path when the voice within will become louder, clearer, and more insistent. It's that nagging yet irrefutable sense that something is on its way to a soft knowing that goes beyond rational reason. This intuitive sense is one of the strongest indicators that your manifestations are ready to manifest. Your intuition speaks in different voices. At times, it comes as a soft flutter in your belly, a cozy feeling in your heart, or an abrupt rush of exhilaration that feels like it materializes out of thin air. At other times, it communicates through constant thoughts that persist in your mind or through a strong feeling of knowing about a specific direction or choice. These intuitive pushes are your soul's method of reassuring you that you're on track with your wishes and that the universe is conspiring to get things done for you. You need to learn how to sort out true intuition from fear-based thinking during this stage. Guidance through intuition normally feels light, expansive, and serene, even when it's guiding you toward some major changes. Fear, however, normally feels heavy, binding, and with tension. When your intuition hints at imminent manifestations, it comes with a spirit of excitement and possibility instead of fear or concern. Building your trust in your inner guidance takes practice and patience. Begin by being aware of the little hunches and sensations that you feel throughout your day. Pay attention to when you feel the need to drive a different way to work, call a particular person, or pursue a new venture. These little nagging urges usually yield deeper connections and experiences that benefit your manifestation process. Your body is a good intuitive guide. When you're attuned to your manifestations, you may feel a surge of energy, improved sleep, or just overall vitality. Sensations of goosebumps, tingling, or the sudden influx of energy are other physical sensations that may indicate that you're receiving intuitive information on your manifestations. Pay attention and examine these bodily responses. During this stage, dreams tend to intensify and take on significance, providing an additional avenue of intuitive communication. Pay attention to recurring themes, symbols, or emotions in your dreams. Your subconscious mind may be processing and preparing for the changes that are coming. Keep a dream journal by your bedside to capture these insights when they're fresh in your mind. Creating space for intuitive guidance is essential. Regular meditation, quiet reflection, or time in nature can help clear the mental chatter that often drowns out your inner wisdom. These habits enable you to tune in to the subtle vibrations of intuitive intelligence and refine your connection to cosmic guidance. Your intuition could also lead you to inspired action. These impulses are distinct from anxious doing or trying to make things occur. Inspired action is natural, enlivening, and tends to bring spontaneous opportunity. Be guided by these nudges when they appear even if they don't logically relate to your manifestations you wish to bring about. As your visions come closer to manifestation, you may experience increased intuitive hits, instances when you think of the person right before they call, or when you strongly sense the outcome of some future event later confirmed to have occurred. These instances fortify faith in your intuitive function and validate your well into the universal pool of energy flow. Intuition tends to contravene analytical logic. The way to your manifestation might not appear exactly as you envisioned, but your inner wisdom will lead you to what is really in your highest good. Have faith that when your inner voice murmurs about something significant coming your way, it is speaking from a place of great wisdom and access to universal intelligence. The heightening of your intuitive perception is a divine indicator that your manifestations are coming into being. Welcome these inner intuitions as verification that you're in alignment with your desires and that the universe is at work behind the scenes bringing them into physical reality. Your part is to stay open, receptive, and trusting of the guidance coming through your intuitive means. Lesson 8. Blocks of the past fall away without struggling effort. One of the prettiest indicators that your manifestations are on the way is the soft melting of old blocks and restrictions that once restricted you. This might happen so quietly that you'll hardly even register it's going on until you look back at how far you've traveled. In contrast to forced personal growth activities, this natural change feels more like observing ice melt in the springtime sun, effortlessly and at the right time. When the universe is conspiring with your intentions, you will see that circumstances, thoughts, or emotional patterns that once triggered over-the-top reactions start to lose their hold on you. Maybe you'll catch yourself reacting differently to old problems, or perhaps you'll discover that some fears no longer hold you in the same way they once did. This is natural healing because your energy is increasing to align with the frequency of your desires, and anything that isn't in harmony with that higher vibration simply falls away. You may find the relationships that pained you to begin with are either changed or have left gracefully from your life. The urgency to control and fix things diminishes, while you have deeper trust in allowing things to come about naturally. This does not make you inactive. Instead, you become a more mature and wise person where you know what to do and when to simply let things right themselves. Previous wounds and traumas start to heal without the heavy therapeutic work you may have thought you would need to do. You may find that memories that previously caused pain now feel more neutral, or that you are able to talk about previous experiences with a sense of new wisdom and detachment. This healing is not about pretending everything is okay or forcing forgiveness. It's about real emotional transformation that occurs as you come into alignment with your higher purpose. Physical environments in your life may begin clearing out as well. You may want to clean house without the typical resistance, or addictive patterns may break free without the fight you were expecting. These shifts tend to feel like natural developments and not hard challenges to overcome. You may wake up one morning and find that you have not practiced a certain self-sabotaging habit for weeks without having made a conscious effort to do so. Your outlook on previous events may change completely. Things that used to look like failures or blunders now look like steps you had to take in order to get where you are. You start to see how each problem helped you grow and ready you for the manifestations heading your way. This shift in perspective comes about naturally without trying to find silver linings or practicing positive thinking techniques. Family relationship dynamics or long-standing interpersonal patterns may start to mend without effort. You may see that communication is easier, triggers fade away, and mutual understanding grows spontaneously. Patterns of old interactions change without conflict or long discussions regarding past grievances. Money blocks may also begin to resolve in unexpected ways. You may find old money beliefs releasing their hold, or catch yourself making more sensible financial choices without the accompanying stress and anxiety. Your attitude towards abundance starts to change naturally, aligning with the prosperity you're creating. Career constraints and self-imposed professional boundaries may also disappear. You may catch yourself tackling challenges you once believed were impossible, or asserting yourself in situations where you used to remain quiet. These changes feel natural and aligned rather than forced or uncomfortable. As these blocks melt, you will probably feel a sense of increasing lightness and freedom. The energy once spent on upholding these limitations is now available for creation and manifestation. This freedom makes room for your wishes to come into your life, similar to the way clearing an obstructed stream allows water to move freely again. This is an individual process for each person. Some blocks may melt easily, while others take longer. Faith that every release occurs in divine perfect timing, getting you ready for the manifestations that are coming. The secret is to be open to this natural healing process without attempting to force or hurry it, trusting that as these blocks melt away, you're becoming more in tune with the abundance, joy, and fulfillment you're bringing into your life. Lesson 9. You have peace regarding divine timing. Divine timing is one of the most lovely yet challenging facets of the manifestation journey. When we start to feel real peace about the unfolding of our desires, it indicates a significant shift in our spiritual growth. This tranquil acceptance is not about resigned passivity, but about knowing on a deep level that all is working together perfectly for our highest good. The path to this peace typically starts when we feel a shift in our emotional reactions to waiting, where previously we may have felt frustrated or anxious about when our manifestations would come. We begin to feel a soft calm that permeates our being. This shift occurs naturally as we deepen our connection with universal wisdom and start to have faith in the larger picture of our lives. Real peace regarding divine timing expresses itself in many forms in our everyday life. We may find ourselves less inclined to push things and try to make them happen. Rather than always looking for outcomes or fixating on when they will occur, we find ourselves actually enjoying the moment. Being in this way is a sign of deep congruence with universal energies and implies that our manifestations are, in fact, on their way. Another important marker is the capacity to rejoice with others' successes without becoming triggered or stressed regarding our own timing. When we're truly okay with divine timing, we get that everyone's journey unfolds absolutely perfectly according to their own route. We don't compare our timeline to other people's or feel behind anymore. This helps make room for more joy and less resistance within our manifestation journey. The universe will sometimes challenge this peace with seeming delays or detours. These are times when we can reinforce our trust and deepen our faith. When we can hold our sense of calm, even as things appear to be going slowly or in directions that seem uncharted, we show our willingness for the things we desire to manifest. This unwavering peace is a strong drawing force, bringing our desires nearer to us. Physical indications usually follow this state of peace. You may find your body more relaxed, your sleep more restful, and your overall stress levels reduced. These physical expressions of peace show that you're no longer resisting the natural movement of universal timing, but instead moving in sync with it. Relationships also change when we accept divine timing. We become more patient with others, understanding that every person and thing has their own perfect timing. This patience is also applied in our relationship with ourselves as we start to trust our own evolution and growth. We no longer pressure ourselves to achieve random timelines but let our growth happen naturally. Divine timing also affects our decision-making process. Rather than making decisions out of fear or lack, we can wait for clarity and inner guidance. We have faith that the right opportunities will arise at the right time, and we don't feel the need to seize every opportunity that arises. This newfound peace doesn't mean that we become totally disconnected from our desires. Instead, we hold our anticipation and enthusiasm as we let go of the anxiety and desperation that usually come with waiting. We know that timing is a key part of the manifestation process so that everything will fall into place for our greatest good. With this peace increasing, we learn to see the wisdom in delays and detours. What at first seemed to be obstacles now show themselves as required preparations or safeguards. We come to have a deep appreciation for the complex manner in which the universe coordinates events, realizing that at times the timing we desire is not always the timing we require. This state of calmness becomes an energetic sign that our manifestations are near. It indicates that we are ready to receive and in harmony with universal energies. When we are finally able to relax in the realization that all is happening just right, we make the perfect setting for our deepest desires to happen in ways far beyond our dreams. Last lesson: life is smoother than your planning ever has been. There is a deep magic that takes place when we let go of our need for fixed planning and yield to the natural rhythm of life. This last chapter delves into the lovely paradox of how life unfolds more beautifully when we learn to dance with it instead of attempting to control every step. The universe is a level of complexity far greater than our human minds can comprehend. When we attempt to micromanage every aspect of our manifestations, we tend to create resistance and blockages that would not be present if we simply let life unfold naturally. Consider it as attempting to paddle upstream compared to allowing your boat to go with the flow. Both may take you places, but one takes a lot less effort and adds more pleasure to the ride. One of the best indicators that your manifestations are on the way is when you see life starting to go with ease. Opportunities seem to fall into place naturally, connections happen so easily, and solutions present themselves naturally. Most often in ways you could have never managed to coordinate yourself. This state of flow isn't a passive activity. It's instead an inspired activity that is both energizing and feels natural instead of forced and draining. Being aligned, you will find that synchronicities appear more frequently and timing improves dramatically. You may find yourself waking up naturally a few minutes before your alarm, arriving at places just as parking becomes available or bumping into just the right person at just the right time. These are not coincidences, but rather signs that you're in harmony with universal energy. The flow state also involves a deep sense of trust in the process. You'll find yourself less anxious about the future because you've experienced firsthand how life has a way of working out, often better than you could have planned. This trust doesn't mean you abandon all planning or responsibility. Instead, you learn to hold your plans loosely, remaining open to divine adjustments and unexpected improvements. When you're aligned with the universal flow, decision-making becomes more intuitive. Instead of trying to weigh out pros and cons, you'll have this natural pull towards making the choices that are in your highest good. The inner guidance system gets more reliable if you can trust it more, forming a positive feedback loop of alignment and flow. Physical expressions of this flow state tend to manifest when it comes to your surroundings. Your living space may become automatically streamlined. Your schedule may adapt to optimize perfect windows of opportunity, and materials might pop up for you when you need them. It is as if the universe is creating a master symphony and you're learning to play your role in flawless harmony. It's keeping this flow state that is reliant on practice of regular surrender. This means starting each day with an intention to remain open to universal guidance while staying grounded in trust. It means taking inspired action when prompted but releasing attachment to specific outcomes. It means celebrating the journey rather than fixating on the destination. Learning to recognize and trust this flow state is crucial for sustained manifestation success. Pay attention to how your body feels when you're in flow versus when you're forcing things. Observe the quality of your thoughts and feelings when life is unfolding naturally. These physical and emotional signals become your individual keys to alignment. As you proceed on your manifestation path, the universe's design usually surpasses our limited human perspective. By letting go of the need to micromanage every detail and having faith in the higher flow of life, you access possibilities beyond your dreams. Your job is not to solve everything, but to be open, responsive, and appreciative of the journey as it happens. This state of flow is the pinnacle of humanity's collaboration with the wisdom of the universe. It's when manifestation is more a matter of not forcing but simply letting unfold naturally. Whenever you're caught in this Goldilocks place of co-creation, rejoice knowing you're not merely on the path, but being propelled by the same energies that create reality itself.